Have you ever noticed your cat settle down just a few inches away from you, close enough that you can feel their warmth, but not quite touching you? They're not asleep, they're not distracted, they're just there, watching, existing beside you in total silence. And if you've ever wondered what that actually means, what your cat is trying to say without saying anything at all, this video is going to change the way you see them forever. Because what most people do in that moment is reach out. They try to pet the cat, pull them closer, close the gap, and the cat gets up and moves away. And the owner feels rejected, hurt even, like the cat doesn't love them enough to want to be touched. But here's what no one tells you. That moment, your cat sitting near you, not touching you, that is not rejection. That is one of the deepest forms of trust a cat is capable of giving. And if you've been misreading it all this time, you're not alone. Most owners do. But before we get into it, if you love your cat and want to understand them better, hit that like button and subscribe. It really does mean the world to us. Now, let's get into it. Let me explain what's really happening inside your cat's mind. Cats are not pack animals. Unlike dogs, who evolved over thousands of years to seek physical closeness and constant reassurance from their humans, cats come from a completely different emotional world. In the wild, a cat is a solitary hunter. It does not depend on others to survive. It does not need a group to feel safe. Its natural instinct is to stay alert, stay independent, and trust very, very few things. So when your cat chooses to be near you, not because it's cold, not because it wants food, not because there's nowhere else to go, that choice means something. It means you have been selected. Out of every space in that house, every corner, every chair, every patch of sunlight on the floor, your cat chose the space next to you. That is not a small thing. That is everything. Scientists who study feline behavior call this proximity bonding. It is how cats in the wild express deep social connection, not through constant touch, but through shared space. Cats that trust each other fully will rest near one another, side by side, without needing to groom each other or wrestle or play. Just close, just present. That silent presence is their language for safety, for peace, for home, and your cat is speaking that language directly to you. Now, you might be wondering, if they love me, why won't they just come and sit on my lap? Why keep the distance at all? Here is where it gets fascinating. A cat's emotional world is built on control, not because they're cold or calculating, but because vulnerability is something they guard very carefully. In nature, a creature that lets its guard completely down becomes prey. The instinct to maintain a small amount of distance, even from those they love most, is wired into them at a level that thousands of years of domestication have not fully erased. Sitting close but not touching is their way of saying, I want to be with you, and I still need to feel like I have a choice. The moment that feels like it belongs to them, not something forced or demanded, is the moment it becomes genuinely meaningful. Think about it this way. Imagine someone you deeply care about who simply sits with you in comfortable silence. No agenda, no demand for your attention, no pressure. They're just there. That feeling, that quiet, uncomplicated presence is exactly what your cat is offering you. They have chosen to spend this moment in your orbit, not because they have to, because they want to. But before we continue, does your cat do this? Do they sit near you but keep that little bit of distance? Drop it in the comments. We read every single one, and you might be surprised how many other owners are experiencing the exact same thing. There is something else hidden in this behavior that most owners never consider. Cats are extraordinarily sensitive to energy. They feel tension in a room before a human even consciously registers it. They sense your stress, your sadness, your anxiety, sometimes before you do. And when a cat chooses to sit near you during those moments, they are not being passive. They are actively responding to you. Research on animal-assisted therapy has shown that the mere presence of a cat nearby, without any physical contact, is enough to lower cortisol levels in humans. Your cat instinctively understands this at some level. They cannot hug you the way a person can. They cannot say the words, but they can sit beside you like a quiet anchor in a storm. And they do, deliberately. The next time you are going through something difficult, a hard day, a moment of loneliness, a worry you can't shake, pay attention. Your cat will come. They will not make a big show of it. They will simply appear and settle nearby, sometimes so quietly you almost don't notice. That is not a coincidence. That is care, expressed in the only language they know. Now here's what you should do when this happens. And this is important. Do not move toward them. Do not reach out immediately. Let them have the moment on their terms. Sit still. Breathe slowly. Maybe blink softly in their direction, which in cat language is a gesture of peace and trust. And wait. What you will find over time is that the gap slowly closes, not because you forced it, but because you respected it. Cats move toward people who do not demand things from them. The less you chase, the closer they come. Every cat owner who has ever truly understood their cat has learned this lesson eventually. And one day, maybe not today, maybe not this week, your cat will cross that small invisible line and press their body against yours. They will tuck their head into your side or drape a paw across your arm. And in that moment, you will know what it cost them to get there. Every wall they quietly took down, every careful, deliberate step across the distance they kept between themselves and the world. That is not just a cat sitting with you. That is a whole emotional journey arriving at your side. So the next time your cat settles nearby and simply stays, don't feel like something is missing. Feel what is actually there. A creature who owes loyalty to no one, who answers to nothing but their own instincts, who survived for millennia by trusting very little, has decided that you are worth staying close to. That silence between you is not empty. It is full of everything they cannot say. And that, more than any loud display of affection, is what love looks like in the world of cats.